Hello everyone, my name is Azri and welcome to Azri Music Studio. In this video I want to share with you guys the way that I make a full song using my low-end PC. A low-end PC is a PC with low system specifications such as maybe a 4 gig or 2 gig RAM and anything from an i3 processor going downwards is a system I would call low-end. So one thing you should know is that you can't expect to be using the same method that someone with a 32 gig RAM i9 PC is using. Those computers are much more efficient and can probably handle starting a project from scratch up until mastering without no major clipping or audio cutting while recording and processing all the instruments and everything. So for some of us who use low-end PCs, we need to come up with an efficient way to still get the end result that we want, but without overworking our computers. So I've broken down my workflow into 5 steps that could become helpful if you have a PC like mine. But if you have a better method than mine, please let me know in the comment section below, because I don't know everything. I just use this technique to help improve my workflow. So I'm gonna use one of my songs to show you guys how I do all this within a project. So this song is called The Kingdom of God. I made it on the 4th of April and released it on the same day. But I've remastered the project and uploaded it to streaming platforms. So after this video is done, if you feel like you want to listen to the song, you can go ahead and listen to it. I'll put the link in the description below. So let's begin. What I do in step 1 is I make a beat, arrange it and partially mix it. By partially mixing a beat, I mean get at least a decent mix by adjusting the volumes and mixing only a few instruments that I think are crucial to the sound. So this was my arrangement for the song, but I'm not gonna focus much on making the beat and arranging it. You guys probably know how to do all this. And after I'm done with partial mixing, I save the project and export the WAV file. So the WAV file will just be an arranged beat, and that's okay for this stage. So now I'm just gonna play a few seconds of my arrangement, then we'll move on to the second step. The first thing you should do in step 2 is open a new FLP and load the beat that you have just exported in step 1. But the main objective of step 2 is to record and process background vocals that you use for the hook of the song. But usually this depends on the type of song that you are making. See, if maybe you are making a worship song, it's better to start with the background vocals, because it's very difficult to lead a song through the hook without background vocals. So it depends on the type of beat that you're making. But if it is possible for you to start with the lead vocals, then you can go ahead, it's okay. Then after you're done with recording and processing the background vocals, then all you need to do is to export the WAV file of the processed background vocals. Just make sure that you mute the beat while exporting the vocals, because you already have the beat. You don't need the beat. We just need processed background vocals. After that, you're gonna move on to the third step, which is recording the main vocals and processing them. So if it's possible for you to record the lead vocals before the background vocals, you can do that. Or maybe you can combine the two steps if possible. because sometimes these can overwork the computer. That's why I usually break it down into 2 steps. At the end of step 2 and step 3, all you have should be processed background vocals and processed lead vocals. All these should be separate and not fused into one WAV file, because you will need to adjust the volume of each of these 2 files while mixing. So now let's move on to the 4th step. The 4th step is about merging the processed background vocals and the lead vocals into the main project. So you are going back to the main project, the project with the beat. Then you're gonna load the 2 processed WAV files into the project and start mixing. The only thing that you should do with the vocals is to adjust the volume only, because you've already processed them. They don't need any more further processing. So now adjust the volumes such that they meet your requirements or your standards. Then mix the beat and make sure that no instrument is clashing with the lead vocals. If an instrument ends up clashing with the lead vocal, then it's either you replace that instrument or you try to lower its volume. Just find a way to make everything blend well together. So now I'm going to turn on the plugins and export the WAV file of my mix. After this is the final step, mastering, step 5. In this step, all you need to do is to open a new FLP, load the mix and master your song, and that's it. And those are my 5 steps that I take in order to make a full song with my low-end PC. I break everything down so that I don't overwork my computer, because it's a low-end PC. It's not as efficient as those expensive computers, those i7, i9 computers. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and let me leave you with a preview of this song called The Kingdom of God. It's already available on streaming platforms, so I will put the link to the songs in the description below.
What shall I eat, and what shall I dream? What shall I wear today? Where will I sleep, and where will I go? What shall I do today? These are the thoughts that dominate the mind of those who do not believe. Can your anxiety add a moment to your life? Can all your worries be helpful? Seek first the kingdom of God, and all else will follow. Seek first righteous living, and all else will follow. I got a little question for you. Is Christ really all that you need? If your plans start failing now, would you still say I believe? No matter what may come your way, you gotta stay strong indeed. 'Cause if they